Because I don't believe in objective morality. So that can apply to any statement.
So it's not objectively wrong to leave a full-born baby by the fire and just say, you're on your own, have a nice life.
Well, yeah, I'm calling into question objective morality. So I obviously have to...
No, I know. I'm just trying to make you hear back how insane what you are saying.
Well, you're making a claim about the objectivity of it.
No,
you're
I know.
Not making a claim about whether it's wrong.
Obviously,
I think it's wrong.
Let's get more graphic. So you put 1,000 Jews in a gas chamber, and the Nazis thought what they were doing was good, and they pressed the button. Were they right or were they wrong in gassing millions of Jews?
Objectively, you can't... Like, when you say, is it objectively wrong? Hold on, wait. If you say it's objectively wrong, you're implying that you can derive a truth value from it. And I don't think you can. So I don't think that you can make a true statement regarding whether something's good or bad.
Got it. So just to be clear, the Nazis could have been right in their actions, in your view.
That implies that right is an actual thing. I don't believe you can determine a truth value from a moral claim.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Nasima.
My name is Favor.
So on today's episode, we are going to be looking or watching a debate between Charlie Kirk and a woke student. So let's watch it together.
Let's get right into it.
Hello. Yeah, so I've seen you talk a lot about objective morality. And my big question is, it feels like you can make good statements and bad statements without referencing some kind of moral book. So I can say something is good, right? I had a good day today, and it doesn't really feel like I need to reference religion for that. So can you explain to me why you think we need to have some kind of absolute standard for morality?
Excellent question. It's really good. If you say you have a good day, are you describing the experience you had, or was it morally a good day?
So yeah, it would be a good day. So I can narrow it down more, I guess. Or I can ask, I guess, a better question. So if I don't have religion, right? Let's say I am an atheist or something, and I were to go up to, I find two books. One's the Quran, and then one is the Bible. And I read both of them, and then I have a feeling of preference towards one or the other. That makes me feel like morality probably isn't objective because I read two moral codes. I didn't have one before, and then I derived one after reading it.
But one is true.
Well, yeah, obviously if you're going with the presupposition that one is true. But
so
clearly,
let's play this out. Not sorry to interrupt. If I'm on an island, and let's just demystify part of this, and there's the Bible, and then there's Lord of the Rings, and I end up believing in one of those, which is true?
Well, what's true is just what corresponds with reality. We're talking about...
I agree. So which one has evidence and when applied in the natural world actually shows a flourishing people in society and a way to live? Because you would agree, at least out of 8 out of 10 of the 10 commandments, they're pretty good rules for life, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Of course, yes.
No, but the thing that I'm talking about doesn't have to do with whether or not Christianity is good or bad or whether I agree with most of... Yeah, it's just regarding one can be true. But even if one is true, it doesn't really feel like I'm influenced in terms of what I feel is good or bad. Because obviously, there are people who are Muslim who have read, the Bible and still are more persuaded by Islam.
No, of course. I mean, you could be persuaded by anything, right? That doesn't... I believe that there is a transcendent way of living. I call that the Bible, right? And I believe it's the perfect catalog from creation to the end of the world. You don't have to agree with that. I'm talking strictly from a moral sense. So let's just ask a separate question, which is, do you think people are naturally, outside of, religious teaching, good or not so good? The nature of humanity.
The nature. I wouldn't be comfortable making a statement about it.
Fair enough, and I appreciate that. So we believe, as Christians or those in the space, human beings are pretty awful, okay? That we're broken, that we're sinful, that we fall short of the glory of God, and that we need to teach people how to be good. A common left-wing belief is that human beings are actually awesome, and they're terrific, and the reason why things are not so good is because of capitalism or the patriarchy or feminism or whatever. So you're asking a question of, why do we need objective morality? Well, or what specifically...
Yeah, so not necessarily why we need objective morality, but you seem to be, because obviously I don't believe that it's a thing, but you seem to make the claim that
do you believe that absolutely?
No.
Okay, good.
But
you're consistent.
Yeah, the big thing is for me, even if I have a God, there is no thing telling me it's just the is-ought problem, right? That's my big contention, right? How am I ever going to derive a claim about what I should do from only statements about the nature of being.
Got it. So you would believe murder's wrong?
Yeah.
Why do you believe that?
Because in its definition, it says it's wrong, right? It's wrong killing of somebody, or at least that's my understanding of it.
Okay, so for example, you go to an African village, happens all the time. They leave a full-born baby by the fire. They don't want it. They discard it. Happens tons of times. Any missionary will tell you that. They just discard babies. Why? They don't believe it's wrong. It's just in their code and custom. No one feels bad about it. Just discard kids you don't want. Are they wrong?
For me, yeah, they're wrong. Yeah. It's a bullet I do have to bite for my worldview.
Hold on. Are they objectively wrong? Is it objective?
No. Because I don't believe in objective morality. So that can apply to any
statement. So it's not objectively wrong to leave a full-born baby by the fire and just say, you're on your own, have a nice life.
Well, yeah, I'm calling into question objective morality. So I obviously have to bite
I know.
that
I'm
bullet.
just trying to make you hear back how insane what you are saying.
Well, you're making a claim about the objectivity of it.
No,
you're
I know.
Not making a claim about whether it's wrong. Obviously, I think it's wrong.
Let's get more graphic. So you put 1,000 Jews in a gas chamber, and the Nazis thought what they were doing was good, and they pressed the button. Were they right or were they wrong in gassing millions of Jews?
Objectively, you can't, when you say, is it objectively wrong? Hold on, wait. If you say it's objectively wrong, you're implying that you can derive a truth value from it. And I don't think you can. So I don't think that you can make a true statement regarding whether something's good or bad.
Got it. So just to be clear, the Nazis could have been right in their actions, in your view.
That implies that right is an actual thing. I don't believe you can determine a truth value from a moral claim.
So the Nazis were not objectively evil.
Yeah, I've said that 4 times. You can't derive objective moral statements from things. I'm not saying they're not wrong. They are wrong.
His voice confused.
Well, no, it's okay.
Yes.
No, I just want to make sure this is important because what you are saying, and you're saying it very clearly, is that we look at the Holocaust and it's just a matter of opinion.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem of being an atheist. You have to bite the bullet.
What?
I respect your intellectual clarity, and I will say...
And obviously, for clarity,
no.
I obviously think the Holocaust is wrong. So if anyone's questioning about that,
it's just your opinion. I believe that it's objectively wrong, no matter who you are or where you come from, because it transcends opinion. Do you think, last question, I appreciate your clarity on this, do you see how your view could result in a lot of dead people?
Well, I don't think my view is really I'm not making a claim that we should behave in a way.
No, you're making claims.
Well, I am making claims, yeah, but I'm not making a claim that we should behave in a certain way or that we ought to not have Christianity or some kind of moral
I'm not saying
code.
that, but let me play this out, and I think you'll understand.
No, I understand because you're going to say, well, there's all these bad things that could happen if people follow me.
Or that did happen. No, I'm not following you. If your view becomes a view of a country, and for example, putting 1,000 Jews in a gas chamber is not deemed as objectively wrong, transcendent above anyone's opinion, then all of a sudden, what would prevent that evil thing from occurring and nobody questioning it?
Sure. So my main idea, I guess, with the worldview is I'm not making a claim again about how things should be. I'm making a claim that this is how things are. So within my worldview, this is all fine. You can have people agreeing that things are wrong. Generally, I think most people's moral intuitions will lead them to thinking that things like murder is wrong and stealing is wrong because it makes you feel bad, right?
No, well,
if I see somebody get hurt, that makes me feel bad. If you see somebody die, that makes you feel bad.
Yeah, the SS guards didn't feel bad when they killed Jews, and that's okay. But do you see where this might unravel into mass murder and societal chaos?
Yeah, that happens in the real world. I'm making a description about the way people derive their morals. I'm not saying how we should or shouldn't. I'm saying this is how you derive your morals. If you have 2 books there, the trueness or correspondence with reality has anything to do with your preference towards, one moral system or another.
Hold on. Or maybe the true one says, don't gas the Jews.
That would be,
murder,
that would be obviously,
because God will judge you harshly.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe the true, just hear me out. Maybe the true one says that life is good and that there is a creator who loves you.
But
maybe,
now what you're doing is
Yeah.
you're just making claims about what you think. Yeah, obviously it would be awesome if I had a moral code that everyone had to follow that agreed with
I know,
things
if
that
only
I
a
said.
book existed.
Yeah, I know, if only. But my entire
If only
point
there
is
was
that
this
all the
amazing
things
book.
Yeah, but my point is that
No,
all
you're being super clear. I appreciate it.
Okay, yeah.
No, and you're the first person ever, to your credit, to answer the atheist Nazi question clearly, which is that an atheist cannot objectively say that the Holocaust was wrong.
I'm arguing against objective, the idea that...
No, you're being... Usually there's some withering there. You went right into there.
Well, yeah, I can't go in here and, not bite the bullets of, what my argument implies,
We have clarity but not agreement. Thank you, my friend.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
First and foremost, that boy, woke kid, is confused. Pretty much confused. Because when you're talking about what you think and what you feel, and you feel like you don't need to follow this particular law because majority of the world are following it, and you feel like that makes you what against objectivity or something, I don't think it makes sense. Why? Because like he said, like Charlie Kirk said, because you are against, like for example, let's look at the moral society, because you're against the Bible, you don't believe that everybody should follow the Bible, you don't believe everybody should follow the Quran or something, it doesn't mean you're right. It doesn't mean it gives you the right or the audacity to just do whatever you want and not live by those laws. There's a reason why those laws exist. There's a reason why all laws exist, to keep people in check. So he also said something about the Nazis. The Nazis are 100% horrible people. They killed thousands of Jews just because they believe that they should not exist.
Wow.
So because of they did wrong, and probably because they don't feel bad, and other people around the world feel bad, then it means that they're not guilty because they don't feel bad. What he's trying to say here is that you need to feel bad or feel like, oh, this thing is wrong before you can abstain from it. But that is not it. That's why we have serial killers. We have mentally disabled people that always try to derive joy in hurting people. So there's a reason why these laws, moral laws, actually, moral feelings, there's a reason why they exist, which is to keep people in check. So even if these laws don't reside in the constitution, it resides in our hearts. Oh, I'm not supposed to steal from this person. If I do that, this person is going to be hurt. This person will cry. I'm not supposed to hurt my fellow human being. I'm not supposed to beat my fellow human being. I'm not supposed to commit adultery. I'm not supposed to lie. I'm not supposed to commit murder. And because what he's trying to say is that I have to feel bad first before I can act on something, or I have to feel good before I can act on something. It's well, probably it resides in his mind, but it doesn't reside in reality. What do you think about
Okay, so firstly, I would say that I really liked their debate. It was really respectful.
Yeah.
They were both, ready to listen to each other's point, and I think I give them credit for that. Another thing I would say is, okay, so I used to think that as a person grows up, the person tends to know the difference between good or bad. But now I've come to an understanding that I feel like a person would know difference between good or bad if they've been under the teaching or the influence of knowing what is actually good or bad. And I think that's where, these holy books come into place. Now, I can speak from the place of the Bible because personally I've read the Bible, right? And reading the Bible, I know that there are some things that it outrightly says that it is wrong. It is not good. And so if you read it, you know that this thing is not good, and so I should not be doing it. And there are some things that you should do, like be your brother's keeper, love your neighbor and all of that. And when you read it, you know that this thing, I think I should do it because it's good. And so after reading that, you come to a consciousness that even when you don't read it consistently, again, like even if you don't have to carry it everywhere, you have it in your heart that this is good and this is bad. And so you know the difference. Like you said, you spoke about serial killers and all of that. I don't think these people actually have, feelings when they kill people anymore.
Yes, they don't.
Right? So if there is no law, like if these books don't exist, they just feel like what they're doing is actually right.
I don't think there'll be anybody.
They're just doing it because they will actually have a reason why they are doing it. They feel like, okay, I'm doing it because of this, and so I don't think it's wrong. So these books actually try to put us in check, make us know that, okay, you might have a different view, but what is right, regardless of whatever you think or whatever your view is. What is wrong is wrong. So that's what I feel about this video.
So if you all have your own comments and your opinions and your thoughts, like I usually say, please kindly drop your thoughts, your opinions in the comment section so we can know what you feel and what your view is. So also don't forget to like, share, and very importantly, subscribe.
Yeah, very important.
Thank you very much for watching this episode with us. Bye.
Bye.